The KZN Future 50 with Pavlo Fatidis. Inspiring KZN's business future.
It's time for KZN's Future 50, and for that we have a Pavlo Fatidis from Auric. Good morning, Pavlo.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Well. So, which business are we going to be featuring today, and why did you pick them?
Well, we're going to be featuring Karan Harris from Forwarding African Transport Services, affectionately known as FATS. And what they do is they are freight forwarders. They are the people who move things into the country and out of the country on behalf of everyone who wants things in the country, like all the big retailers and consumers of imported goods, as well as all the exporters who want things in other countries. So they do a lot of country-to-country moving through road and rail and plane and train and snail and bird and anything else that can move anything, anywhere, anyhow.
So Pavlo, tell me what makes this business so special that they've made it onto the KZN Future 50.
This business was started by a mom who then had her two daughters come on board. Karan is one of the daughters who's now been in the business for 30 years. The daughter team worked exceptionally well because there was yin and yang, and I choose my words really carefully because Karan is actually a karate queen. And when it comes to moving freight, where time is of the essence and removing all friction in how goods move from one form of transport to the next form of transport through various warehouses. What you don't want to have is any inefficiency. And karate in itself is all about discipline, being fastidious. It's about structure. It's about precision. It's everything that makes up efficiency. And she was born to be doing this business, which she now runs today with a team of 15, 16 people. In many ways, whilst they move goods, they're actually banks. And they move goods with the view to carry all the risk in moving those goods, and the suppliers of the goods, the providers of the goods, the consumers, the users of the goods, use them as a kind of banking process. And the very, very early banks that originated in the formal economy years ago, 300, 400, 500 years ago, came through businesses like this. Today it's become very commoditized and extremely competitive. And there's a keen focus on cost over here. The art of it, because it's easy to get into, but hard to sustain and very hard to build, is to marry and match your manner of moving goods to the nature, the temperament, the personality of the clients you seek. Karen is so perfectly positioned to work with cost-sensitive, fastidious businesses which are normally medium in size rather than very large and who want efficiency coming their way. That marriage between the nature of how she has built a business and the nature of a client is something we can all learn from. Marry and match yourself to the clients you seek. Don't marry and match yourself to clients that don't work with you, for you, or appreciate the value that you're able to bring. If she gets that right, this business will literally fly.
Pavlo, very interesting. So how can KZN support Forward African Transport Services?
There's a lovely opportunity for Karen to really test the efficiency of her system over here. If you know anyone who moves really interesting things, unusual things, imagine taxidermists move these heads and bodies of things back to the European markets or back to the American markets or the Far East markets. The individuals who are involved in that trade are very, very concerned and cautious around their products. Imagine anyone who collects anything. What are they called? You know those individuals who catch insects and then pin them down and collect them and create these collections that we find in libraries and museums all around the world?
Well, an expert in insects would be an entomologist as opposed to an etymologist who studies language. But anyway, yes, you're right.
There we go. So we'll go with the entomologist. But if you know anyone out there who's involved in very delicate product that is quite treasured and well cared for and well looked after and needs it moved with a lot of caution and care, point them in the direction of Karen Harris, because that's, as a service, would be ideally suited to them.
Pavlo Fatidis from Auric joining us for KZN Future 50. Thank you, Pavlo.
Thank you. See you next time.
So if you want to get involved in KZN Future 50, go to our website, ecr.co.za. There you can also find information on all of the companies featured in KZN Future 50.